Hi people, it's Nick here. As you look at this game in demo mode, we're on the Commodore 64. We're going to have a look at Spy Hunter, published by US Gold in 1984 and based on the classic arcade cabinet from the year before, which is 1983. That's quick maths, and that was by Bally Midway. It's quite a classic game this regarded. Come out on the ZX Spectrum as well, which is the system I grew up with, so it's nostalgia is going to have a huge part and it's going to struggle to live up to that, but I'm going to have to try and push that aside. I played it also on the Game Boy Advance. I didn't really like that version. Didn't come out on the Commodore Amiga, unfortunately, but there is something called Major Motion which tries to get close. It's a top-down racing game, if you're unfamiliar with it. Essentially, you control this push thing here and you must go as far as you can. Now, why isn't this moving? Have I got the joystick in the wrong port? Oh man, this is a great start. Well done. These are always my first or second goes, but I need to sort this out pronto. Right, we're off. Good. Bit of a problem, so that might affect me getting to the end here. Now, every so often, you will get a support lorry turns up. If you drive up the back of that, you will get an extra weapon, such as a smoke screen or oil that fires out the back, and a missile, so you can take out a helicopter that occasionally comes along. Now, you must avoid crashing. I think that bit's pretty much obvious. Avoid shooting all the public cars and shoot all your enemies there. You can turn into a boat at one point, which makes it good fun. There's a support vehicle, so we are in. Are we in? Get me in. It's a bit fiddly, this. Right, we are in. God, that was a struggle. Now, I think the next weapon is smoke screen out the back, which is helpful. At some point, I think the bridge is going to be out and we need to make a detour. So yeah, I did play the Spectrum version to death back in the day, and for a while that's the only Spy Hunter I ever knew. That wasn't much like the arcades. This is a little bit closer. The car's a bit smaller and you can see more of the action, as for some reason I destroyed my support lorry. Well done, Nick. Music playing on this one as well is good. I would have liked this game as a kid if I owned a Commodore 64. It moves well. It's a little bit slippery, but that just adds to the charm of it, so you can try and master your skills. You'll soon get to know what cars are the enemy and which are the public. The enemy ones, like that one we just passed, puts out spears. Not all cars you can destroy. You will lose time by destroying the wrong ones. Right, the bridge is out, so we need to get into the water. Oh, if that car gets out the way. Oh, this isn't going to be possible. Right, we needed to get down there into that canal. Boom. So this game is really, really cool. You are James Bond without the game being called James Bond. As soon as that time runs out, I think it might be the end. I'm not quite sure. Sometimes it goes on for a bit longer. But you can only crash a certain amount of times after that time's run out, and then that is it. The scenery will change depending on how far we get. Did you have this one back in the day? Let me know. It's a shame it didn't come out on the Commodore Amiga. I wonder why then. It came out on the Commodore 64, so Commodore had the deal there, or US Gold did, and it didn't come out on the Commodore Amiga. Why is that? 64, not Amiga. Very, very strange. I don't know if there's any modern day versions. That was a bit silly thing to do. Any modern day versions, PlayStation 4, probably on the PC somewhere, isn't it? And you got MAME, of course, too, if the ROMs are still available. Who knows? 1984. Arcade cabinet a year before, so they knew this was big and they didn't hang around. They converted it to the home consoles pretty quickly. Your support vehicle on this is a big boat when you go through here, but same sort of gameplay. Although you're in a river, you've got enemies that are trying to take you out. They might lay bombs ahead of you, so it's good to get out of this river as quickly as possible. Only get out of here, oops, avoid the islands as well. Only get out of here when the bridge is out, which happens quite a bit. Boom, well, that's not very good. So we'll have a few goes on this. These are never walkthroughs. This will be my first or second go. First go, in fact. Right, we're going up here. So we're going back to the road. James Bond. But it isn't James Bond because I haven't got the Bond license. It's Spy Hunter, in the man that destroyed his own support lorry all the time. I wish I knew a cheat for this so I could show you all the weapons, but the best weapon to have is the missile, because if we can get up to it, it is quite far into the game, so I'm not sure we'll be able to. But if you get up to it, you can fire a missile and take out a helicopter who's trying to destroy you. But don't worry, it is filled with evil people, not good people. They've done lots of crime. We need to get rid of them. Right, smoke screen. That'll confuse a few people. I'm not sure if this smoke screen eventually runs out. Oh, that wasn't fair. That enemy bashed me there, and it's game over. We will have a few goes of this game. If you hate it, let me know. If you love it, let me know. I love it. Spectrum version is pretty cool too, but it doesn't move like this. It's a lot slower, and the viewing screen, there's less room to work with as well, and it's a little bit easier, I would say. This is more closer to the arcade feel, although of course not being exactly there. It's an 8-bit version of that. Additional music is welcome. Get used to the controls quite quickly. Try and learn the track, what's coming up. The roads will fork occasionally. You can slow down and speed up to get past the enemy, and you've got unlimited shots out the front, which isn't a bad thing. But don't shoot the pedestrians, the general public. They're just going for a quiet drive, and boy did they pick the wrong route. Right, up the truck. Let's do it a bit better this time. There we go. So that gives us the smoke. We know this. Sometimes it might give you oil to spray out the back. The time stops every time you go into that lorry, which is good. Let's try not to kill them this time. There you go. Oh, we got oil. We got an oil patch that goes out the back, which causes cars behind us to skid. Although, if you're not careful, you could skid on your own oil. And I might have just done that then, or I might have just run out of skill. Probably run out of skill. Cool game, this one. I think you have to add it to your collection if you've got a Commodore 64. I don't know if it comes with the Commodore 64 Mini, does it? If it doesn't, it should do, but you should try and track it down, because it's a good one to have. A good one to have. Spy Hunter. When you talk about top-down checkpoint sort of games, is that the right word for it? Probably not. Then Spy Hunter's going to be up there with the best of them. Right, okay. Now, we didn't go into the water there. Should we have gone into the water? I can't remember. Is the bridge out or is it not out? Let's get out the support lorry. Don't know why it's ditching me on the side of the road. That's not clever. Want it to be continuous. Whoops. Sorry about that, other road user. Those blue bits are sort of like puddles, which we went past, and they will cause you to lose a bit of traction, bit of skidding. Oh, right, now the bridge is out. So this is the bit we got up to roughly before. Yeah, and I got distracted by that guy ahead of me as the time ticks to 3-6 something or other. Come on, speed up. Needs to be a bit quicker out of there. So if a car's in front of you before you go into the river, it makes it very, very tricky. And that bit's a lot easier to get into than the Spectrum version. The Spectrum version, you have to be very, very precise indeed. I don't think there's any tape loading in this. It goes quite smoothly from the car to the boat. And then it's just endless. How long can you survive? Now, I'm not sure this game ever finishes. If you have finished it, then let me know what happens at the end. No real backstory to this. I don't think you have to rescue anyone. Just to go down an endless road, avoiding endless enemies and avoiding helicopters. Which we haven't seen any helicopters as of yet. Fingers crossed that we do. And I hit a bomb there. Watch out for these brown bombs they stick in the river. It's not the River of Babylon. There's a song there somewhere. Right, so back onto the road. Similar position to where we got to last time. Time does seem to have run out, so I don't know what that means now. Probably means game over quite soon. Off we go. Now the Game Boy Advance version of this was really, really flawed. It's really difficult. You just got knocked to the side of the road really easy. You can take a few knocks here. The Game Boy Advance, one knock and you just went skidding away. This is better. I would like the car, if I'm being really nitpicky, I'd like the car to be a little bit heavier. Not slide around quite so much, but that would maybe make the game, maybe make the game a little bit too easy. And I'm always one for trying to make it too easy. Because I just want to see all the graphics and all the stages and what happens next. But that's what... Oh, man. That wasn't fair. That's what game's all about. See, that wasn't fair. I was just trying to drive back on, and it random up a car, and it just knocked me off before I can come back on again. One more go. Well, we've pretty much seen all the gameplay, apart from the helicopter. Yeah, let's have one last go. See if I can show you the helicopter. So, I'll be a little bit careful here. try and... You'll probably crash straight away now. We won't worry about the innocent public too much. If they get in the way, we will blast them to pieces. It's the best thing to do. I'm sure M will be quite pleased with our handiwork. Is this a Porsche or not? It might be the Ghostbusters car. It might be the old Batmobile painted white. Not 100% sure. But we're going super fast and we haven't crashed yet. Concentrate, Nick, concentrate. Took out that car before it could knock us sideways. Fire in the missiles. It is probably more deadly than the Batmobile, this car. Don't worry about your weapons too much. Just concentrate on not bumping into any of the scenery or the other cars. Yeah, there's a. So you can't can't destroy that car. It's got armoured bodywork or something. Right, so those ones you can't destroy. There are cars with wheels with sort of like spears that come out the sides. There's one. We can blow that one up though, I think. Yes, good. And we took out a normal car. Shame on me. Right, our points ticking up. We do lose points for shooting innocent road users though. Right, well, next weapon coming up. Look out for the bridge going to go out. That'll be quite soon. So the first bit of water, we don't really need to take that. But the second one we do, because the bridge is definitely out. We've seen that twice. Where's that chap going? I'd love if that could happen in real time, in the real motorway. You just go down a side turning, your car turns into a boat, and then you're flying. Now this is a super spy thing, so I can understand me going down there, but why that Volkswagen thing went down there as well, unless he's got a super spy Volkswagen as well. Maybe it was Austin Powers in disguise. They say there might be, talking of Austin Powers, they say there might be a full film being planned. That'll be interesting. I watch it. Is Austin Powers too old now? No, never. I think they can get away with that whenever. Oh, you nincompoop. That was super nincompoop. I got groovy. That wasn't groovy, baby. Talking about Austin Powers. Is that it? It's not putting me back on the map. Hello? Hello? Alright, there's my support thing. Finally there. The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. Oh, it's all going wrong now. It's all going wrong. I think my spy career might be shortly getting to an end. Where's the chopper? I want to get to the chopper. Get to the chopper. I want to get to the chopper. Right. Maybe the James Bond music would help me. My name is Bond. James Bond. Oh well. Come on. Why did I blow? I think I hit a bomb there. Still not game over. Right. We must have one life left, I think. Through the support vehicle. Back onto the road. We know what happens here. We don't want an enemy car to come past me like last time and knock me off the road straight away. What was he parked there for? Right. Yeah, he was trying to do that, but he mistimed it. Come on. Go, Johnny. Go, go, go. Johnny, be good. Helicopters. I like the sound of that gun. I think that's the best they could have done on the SID chip. The Commodore 64 is capable of a good tune and a good few sound effects. All these 8-bit systems do seem to have a sound of their own. Spectrum, the Atari 2600, Commodore 64. I love all of them. Don't know too much about the Amstrad CPC. We probably won't be covering that one, to be fair. We cover enough 8-bit systems, I think. BBC Micro sometimes comes up, people want me to cover, but we won't be doing that either, or Acorn Electron. We just keep it, I mean, 8-bit systems, three's plenty, I think. Commodore 64, ZX Spectrum, Atari 2600. 2600. Oh! I thought that was going to be game over then. I've got further than I have done before. That was a hell of a takeout by that thing. Come on, detach. Right. Through a puddle, through another puddle, through a third puddle, through a fourth puddle. Helicopter. Right. Right, trying to avoid you. There's motorbikes now here. Right, we've evaded one helicopter. There's motorbikes we can hit, but we don't want to hit them because that's innocent members of the public. we've got to the next stage sort of, because as you can see, instead of being green around the place, it's yellow. So we're in some kind of desert somewhere. Hooray for me. It's the unofficial stage 2. The stage never ends, just goes on and on, and on and on and on, to my knowledge. Did it? Oh, that was a bit lucky. Bounced off one and then hit the other one. If there's only one on their own, I probably would have come a cropper then. Second helicopter, so it's getting a little bit more juicy now. Wish I had the missile. Oh dear. So I'm glad I showed you the helicopter twice, and I'm still going. Being quite generous with the lives I've got here. Whoops. Ooh, close. Right, can we get to the unofficial third stage? I don't know what happens then. It probably goes white, doesn't it? A third helicopter. This is just overkill. This is my first assignment. Oh, and into a whatever that was. Game over, it says on the road. Game over. Well, I hope you liked having a look at that. I really enjoyed that game. Loved the Spectrum version, but I loved this one as well. That was Spy Hunter on the Commodore 64, of course, published in 1984 by US Gold, and based on the arcade cabinet by Bally Midway in 83. Got any thoughts about this game, memories, or anything retro, then please put those below. You're always more than welcome. Huge thanks to everyone that's subscribed so far, helping the channel grow. It does help more than you can know. If you want to help a bit more, there's patreon.com/njenkin. Every bit really does help. Until next time, take great care of yourself and a very fond goodbye.
Goodbye.